Hello there, it's Chris from Folly Models, and what I'm going to talk about, very briefly hopefully, to bore the socks off you all, is I'm going to throw my 10pence into the ring regarding this stuff. Pledge multi-surface polish, or wax. It's not really wax, it's an acrylate, it's sort of acrylic in there. It used to be called Johnson's Klear. It's still made by Johnson's, and as the modelers on this planet will know, Johnson's Klear was apparently, and I don't know this because I only just found out about this kind of thing, I'm quite new to it, but Johnson's Klear was apparently brilliant for dipping the canopy in on a model aircraft, for instance, and adding an extra lovely crystal clear sheen to it. Also used for sealing decals and sealing paintwork and various other things. Anyway, other people have spoken at far more length than I'm willing to on this. But I've got two varnishes here to compare. This is another one by the company, I think it's Polyvine, yeah, Polyvine. Excellent varnish, although not this one for model aircraft making or model making, but it's an excellent varnish. This one is actually dead flat, which I tested out the other day on this piece of clear sprue. Now, the one here, that's a dead flat, which as you can see is very cloudy and milky. You know, it's just it is a little bit transparent, but not much. On my left here, that is the new Johnson's polish, or the pledge polish. And as you can see, it seems perfectly clear. Also painted a few thin layers, by the way, don't put the stuff on thickly, of the Johnson's pledge along this wing edge here, or along these panels, and it's perfectly clear. There's no milkiness, there's no bubbling. Although I'm assuming it's like any liquid, if you pile stuff on it's going to bubble, and it's not going to be it's just not a good idea really. Thin layers, glazes. This is the Johnson's pledge, the multi-surface polish. As you can see, it's quite a thin consistency. It's opaque more than milky. It's a little bit milky, but there's also some translucency in it. It's not far off from being clear, although I realise it's not as clear as the original Johnson's Klear. I'm fully aware of that. This one is the Polyvine, which as you can see is a lot thicker. So that is actually thicker than milk. So if you are going to use this for any, and this is a dead flat one by the way, if you're going to use that for anything, for goodness sake, make sure that you really do thin it out. More parts, of water and parts of varnish. But I wouldn't use that for decals or anything of that nature. However, Polyvine do a fantastic clear gloss acrylic varnish. That's not this one, so let me just emphasise that. Not the dead flat, but Polyvine do an excellent clear gloss acrylic varnish. Now that's also quite thick, it's totally clear, absolutely crystal clear, but you will have to water it down. If you use it for model making, goodness sake, water it down, but this stuff is excellent. It's a very good quality product, although it is quite expensive. I bought this a while ago, and I think it's probably about £9.99, it's probably about £10, whereas your pledge still £4 from a decent supermarket, probably less at a supermarket. I actually got this from a kind of DIY shop, so I think I paid a little bit more for it, but you'd probably get it for under £4 out of a good supermarket, I hope. But then again, it's going to last a long time. You're not going to need any more of that for, well, unless you're producing some sort of factory production line of aircraft canopies, which most of us aren't. So that wasn't really for cleaning my floors, although they do need a damn good polish, if I'm honest. While we're at it, ladies and gentlemen, Wilko's is also another very good place for models, because their products are really cheap and they're not bad quality either. I picked up this kind of accidental purchase really. Oh yes. This primer, it's a white primer. I actually did want a kind of grey really for aircraft primer, but this is a nice white primer. So it's a spray, and that costs £3. I think about £3.90. Not bad for that, and that will last a good few models. At least the rate I progress, the amount I produce. But no, it will last for a good few models. So hope those tips help you out a little. But Wilko, definitely a good. And then also Wilko also sell. And honestly, I do not work for these people. Wilko also do sell a range of acrylic varnishes, but tread warily there because most of those are not suitable for model making. A few of them very possibly are. So if you can find a good acrylic clear gloss varnish from them, it will be very cheap as well compared to other brands. In fact, just to demonstrate what I'll do, I'll quickly brush on. As you can see, it's very clear when it's. I mean, I haven't actually thinned this one with water. This is the Pledge multi-surface polish. Quickly, we just paint a few strokes across this wing. Just come up nicely there. I normally use a flatter brush for this, to be honest with you. These Honrod brushes are very good, by the way. They're actually better than some artist brushes, although on the whole, artist brushes, you can't beat them really. For that kind of application, you really need one of those. I think that's a Langlands and Nickel. They're not very expensive. Most art shops, you get them online quite cheaply. A lot of good art shops will sell these. Good flat brush head. You brush it on. Bob's your uncle. So as you can see there, it's got a nice sheen. And it's very clear indeed. Obviously that's not dry yet, but I would recommend that product. I'll definitely stay clear of a lot of all this silly nonsense on eBay where they're selling bottles for ridiculous sums of the original Johnson's Klear. I don't know, people are saying 20, 30 quid. They've got piles of boxes in their man caves, you know, hoping to sell them off in bulk for crazy prices. But anyway, great for modelling. Yeah, it's dry. It does dry quite quickly as well. So that's drying. It's drying very quickly now. And I can just see the original paintwork now showing through. And it looks like there's nothing on there. It really does look like there's no polish on there at all. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and speak later.